We've had some time to explore what's going on inside of you. You shared your perceptions of reality, your expressions, and a series of conditions that are impacting every aspect of your life. I don't have all the information to know if you're a victim of psychological abuse, intellectual disability, if you're exposed to corrupt propaganda that conflicts with your personal beliefs, or a crisis within your conscience. Whichever it may be, my goal is to help you move forward. What happens outside of you is outside of your power, but what you can change is the conscience through which you see right from wrong. I paid close attention to the list of psych symptoms you described. I'll transfer you to the analysis room where we'll review everything that impacted your conscience. I learned that you had three states of conscience by which you lived through, all of which seem to interchange based on your circumstances in life. Here's a recap of those circumstances. Conscience number one: submission to your environment, possibly heart or mind disconnection, and the displacement of personal journey. Pathological decision making you described as zombification and subordination, which leads to the formation of conscience number two, when you recede into yourself to escape from the conditions described in conscience number one. As you experience symptoms of psychosis, you acted impulsively on suggestions which influenced you to make bad choices. When your behaviors were disciplined, you reverted back to conscience number one. Meanwhile, your conscience number three of authenticity is impacted as dominating influences or your internal conditions debilitate you from moving forward in life. Whichever sabotaged you inside, your mind operates slower. Increased naivety and emotional sensitivity all alter your ability to make correct decisions. The absence of knowledge, support from environments, or a misguided heart will pathologically alter your psyche. Here's why. The disconnection from inner self. Unmet emotional needs, absorbing their imposed psych map at a systematic pace as predetermined by the information age. The relinquishing of self as you felt psych embodiment was more important than authenticity. The disconnection from reality. Your heart or mind was somewhere else, thus poor focus and attention span. Living a double life, robotically absorbing their psych map information while your mind traveled elsewhere. Altered formation. Your receptivity to learning and practical information learned and brain capacity all play a part in rational decision making. In the end, the world continues in its operations with their psych structures, and pathologically you stay behind, whether it be by failed business attempts, loving women, or societal role placement. Yes, under these psych conditions you shared, you are stuck. Regarding your authentic conscience, can you summarize what you think the primary conflict is between your psyche and the psyche of world operations?
Yes, I believe the primary issue is that their psych map seem to revolve around performance and results. So if a person has underlying conditions that inhibit their ability to sustain performance, they are subjected to statistical labels and conclusively set apart, so that the emphasis is on maintaining desired outcomes instead of supporting the individual to meet requirements. This whole thing on impressionism exploits those with inferior conditions. When I see what happens to the misfortunate, it appears very cold and heartless for a person to be pushed around by those who have superior conditions, such as myself, with psych conditions, where my role had been repeatedly displaced, just because I don't have money, fame, or high IQ. They're all reasons to have no voice. And if my perceptions of reality has been altered, distorting my psych map, people will objectify me by their interpretations of my behaviors instead of seeking understanding of why it happened.
So it sounds like your view of life is through the lens of empathy, understanding, journey, and potential. However, when you interact with others, you experience the lens of judgment, misunderstanding, and what you feel as misplacement. Your perspective is completely understandable. You've been through a lot. You had communication problems, and your environment did what they thought was best under the circumstances. It is true, performance and results are the standard. This promotes growth and structural integrity. But you are also right that those of inferior conditions should be heard. With this lens of love and direction, I believe you are on the right track towards true Christianity. Your heart is there, but your mind needs organizing. You are therefore the perfect candidate to go through our psych structuring program. It involves studying the Bible, identifying right from wrong, enhancing self-awareness, and embodying the psych map of a true Christian. We will be building your psyche from the ground up so that you make decisions primarily out of your conscience of authenticity. Would you like to continue in this journey?
Yes, I'm done with this chaotic cycle that's sabotaging me inside.